Hi ladies, welcome to our Panimi. This is Saratova Best. Today is Chaf Adar, a really special day. But my question to you is the following. Imagine that you're going to buy a car, buy a home, even buy a coat. There will always be the naysayers who say you're not going to find it at the price that you want. What you want is not available in the way that you want, right? Everybody knows that. Because they say you've got to face reality. You want a home in this city or this neighborhood. It does not exist at your price. The end. Everybody says that, or all naysayers say that. Are they right? What is reality? And let's say they feel that you're being Pollyannish. Your reality is, of course, if I need it, I'll find it. It'll be there. I don't care what everybody else has done. So where do you stand on the spectrum of believing that it can exist even though the naysayers say that it can't? So when it comes to Chaf Adar, we face a very interesting concept in Torah, that there are two Rosh Hashanahs. There's the Rosh Hashanah of the 1st of Tishrei. Tishrei is Rosh Hashanah. The world was created on the 1st of Tishrei. That's the opinion of Reb Eliezer. There's another opinion, that the world was created on the 1st of Nisan. That's the opinion of Reb Yeshua. Who's right? When was the world created? Obviously, they're both right. So how do you have two Rosh Hashanahs? Rosh Hashanah is the 1st of Nisan, Rosh Hashanah is the 1st of Tishrei. How do you have these two Rosh Hashanahs? And not only that, Rosh Hashanah really means the birthday of mankind. So the birthday of the world comes 6 days before. So essentially the birthday of the world is the 25th of the Elul, according to one opinion, or the 25th of Adar, according to the other opinion, which today is the 25th of Adar. Yay! Today is a birthday, if you believe Reb Yeshua. What kind of a birthday can it be? I mean, maybe he's wrong. So the answer is the following, and really this has everything to do with whether you can find a house at the price you want in the neighborhood that you want, or a car at the price you want from the dealer that you want, or you can't. Can you or can't you? The world, these two worlds, which are the same world that are created. In Tishrei, the world is created an actual deed by God. He actually creates it. He creates an external world. And in Nisan, or beginning with Chaf Adar, the world is created in thought. And it's not either or. They both are happening simultaneously. What does that mean? When it comes to this world of Tishrei, the world is created externally. God speaks and creates a world. He says, let there be grass, let there be light, let there be trees, let there be animals, let there be fish. And he creates them. He speaks and he creates them. You know when you're in a room and you're all by yourself? Do you talk? Do you speak? Usually not. You think. So what would prompt you to speak? Why am I speaking now? I should be in this room. It looks like I'm all alone in this room, doesn't it? So why am I speaking? In fact, just before I was learning on the phone with somebody, and people passed by and said, are you talking to yourself? Because they didn't see the earpiece. If I were really not on the phone, I wouldn't be sitting here in this room talking to myself. And why am I talking now? I'm all alone in this room, but I'm not, because you're here on the other side of this camera. Hence, instead of thinking, I'm speaking. Why am I speaking? Because you are here on the other side of this camera. You are called what's called Azula, someone outside of me. So I'm speaking. We're two separate entities. So when God wanted to create a world that looks as if it's outside of him, a separate entity, something on the other side of the camera, he spoke. And he speaks in the present tense, and he creates a world that looks like it's on the other side of the camera, disconnected from him. That's the world that's created in Tishrei. It's a tough world. It's the external world that feels dark and problematic and lonely and empty and There's struggle and strife and corruption and difficulty and darkness and cynicism. It's a tough world. It's a really tough world. Why? Very simple answer. Isn't this God's world? Yes. But when he creates it through Tishrei, he hides himself. He doesn't look like he's there, does he? He's behind a curtain, a very thick curtain. He's behind a very thick curtain. You don't see him. Net effect, you feel the struggle, the darkness, the difficulty, the cynicism, the loneliness, the emptiness of life, of a world where you don't see God. That's the world of Tishrei. And therefore, what we do when it comes to Tishrei is we do teshuvah. We reconnect. We feel so distant from God. He's so concealed. All we feel is the struggle of life. There's no optimism. And so we have to reconnect to God through teshuvah on Tishrei. Because he feels so distant, because he hid himself, he concealed himself. That's a tough world. It's a tough world to live in. Most of us live in that world. That's the world that the people who say, you will never find a house at the price that you want, they live in that world. They're speaking to you from that world. There's another world that's happening simultaneously. The world that's created in thought. First of Nisan. Its birthday is the 25th of Elul. Today. That world remains within God in thought. So what does that world feel like? It's not outside of him on the other side of the camera. It's right inside of him. You know what that world feels like? Expansive and luminous and joyous and buoyant and creative and possibilities and endless and just incredible and optimistic, and all possibilities are there simultaneously. That's the world that's created today on the 25th of Adar. That's the world. So the Avaida, the way we do things from this world created today, is we step into that space fully and own it and experience the power of creation and the power of possibilities and the power of optimism. From this vantage point, we're not being Pollyanna-ish if we believe that we can actually find a car or a house or a coat or a pair of boots at the price we want, with the conditions that we want, in the place that we want. Because in this world, that stuff is true. Those possibilities are always there. It's for us to reach out and take them. That's a world that we used to hear about and say, well, I've heard the Torah says it and Reb Yeshua says it, but, it's not scientifically true. Came along quantum physics and said, hey guys, that is so true. And we're going to prove to you physically, according to the laws of quantum physics, this is absolutely true. Quantum physics says that when you perceive something, the way you decide to look at it is actually going to determine its outcome. Of course, Torah always said that. But science said no. Now science says yes. So we've run out of excuses. Because what we're hearing from Reb Eliezer and Reb Yeshua is that we have a choice. There are both of these worlds, and both of these realities are true. We get to decide which one we want to use as our basic download. What do we call reality? The deep, dark world full of struggle? Because it is true. When you don't see God, it is true. Or the luminous world of possibilities that's creative and expansive and is being recreated at every single second and takes into account our desires and our wishes and our thoughts. That one's also true. And therefore we can choose that one. That one, that second world, is born today. Mazel tov, happy birthday. This is the day when that reality is born, is created. It happens to be simultaneously the birthday of Rebbetzin Chaim Mushka, the Lubavitcher Rebbe's Rebbetzin. Within Malchus, the Malchus of Malchus, the one who brings it down more tangibly into the world, is always the woman. So we understand that the mazel of Rebbetzin Chaim Mushka is to bring that delicious, beautiful reality in which God is not concealed. He's not concealed. He's very tangibly here. Her mazel enables us to embrace that reality, pull it towards us. Inhale the scent, the incredibly beautiful fragrance of that world. Take it in and send it out to the whole world. Create a life based on that reality of Chafei Adar. Her mazel is powerful today. Our mazel is powerful today. Mazel tov, happy birthday. The world is being born today. What if we decide that we're tired, very tired, of the old download, which we decided was the truth, the concealed, difficult, struggle, emptiness. We're tired of it. It's so draggy at this point. What if we try something new? I wouldn't say to try something new that's not true, but when it happens to be the truth, one of two truths that's available, you can pick A or you can pick B. You can pick the world, the external world with the struggle, or you can pick the internal world with its beauty. They're both available at the same time to us at every moment. And as we move towards Geula, towards redemption, the world of beauty of Chafei Adar, especially as it's being ushered in through Rebbetzin Chaim Mushka, through her birthday, becomes the front burner reality, available to us, begging us to embrace it. So what do you say, ladies? Something fresh and new. It means perhaps I can really find that house at the price that I want in the neighborhood that I want, or that car, or the coat, or the boots, or something even more significant, what I would love with my family, with my environment, with my world, to shift it from a world of gullus and struggle to a world of geula. Is it possible? Maybe it is. Through today, on today, from today. So Mazel Tov, happy birthday. Wishing everybody a world of geula.